Welcome to another Twin Airsoft video. This is something completely different than I'm used to upload. So back in the day when I started playing Airsoft, I got my first replica, which was the SRS A1, and I had a blast with it. However, I wanted to do some upgrades, and I had no idea what. I was looking on the internet, and there were different upgrades, different little pistons, barrels, hop-ups, springs, cylinders, anything you can think about you could change, and I had no idea what to do. So I decided to get some things together and decided to, check for myself what is the best for me, what do I think is the most consistent, what do I think is absolute shite. So we've got different pistons here, we've got different cylinders, we've got weight, we've got different oils for hot and warm weather, hot and cold weather. We've got different springs, we've got different spring guides. Anyway, so we've got a lot of things to cover in this video. It will be a long video, but it will be, put down little segments down in the video so you can slide the bar and see a sound test, how quiet they are or how loud they are. There's going to be a comparison next to each other, and obviously it's going to be my final thoughts about the video or about the results, because I'm actually kind of curious. So when you get your SRS A1, you get the standard piston. Nothing really special, you can't really adjust it that much, it's just a piston. Only thing that you can do is cut the spring like I did here. As you can see, this was a Rapax light pull spring for the Tool Joule one. However, it was giving me too high of FPS, so I had to cut it down. Issue is that if you're below that threshold, it's difficult to get higher FPSs, but that's what you got the little rings for. So after the standard spring, I did my first upgrade, which was the faceless with the variable mass and the mouse part with variable mass. Got them together. I used this one because I don't know, the cooler. No reason why I used it. I did use this one for 2 scrums, and then it kind of broke on me. And as you can see right now, if I just get a standard piston, I did change the O-ring, but yeah, it's not alright O-ring, is it? It will work with the standard one, but I think I hardly can get one joule. Like, it will work, but it should just basically fall off. So yeah, that one will not be tested. The others will be tested, obviously. So after I had the faceless with variable mass, I went over to the Wasp, which is a weight adjusted silent piston, and they're both great, but they're both different in their own way. What I mean by that is this one has a pointy long a piston brake, and then the other has a small metal piston brake. However, the top finish is a smooth finish, and this one is a matte finish. That means with this one you can get higher FPS easy. If I want to go to, I don't know, Milsim, or if I want to get that extra FPS across the country, if I want to go to Belgium or Germany, I don't know where you want to scrum that you can have higher FPS, I can use this one. I can get, I don't know, instead of 500, 600 FPS, so I can go to 3 joules instead of 2.3 joules, but it will just make more sound. And then this one has the matte finish, that means it will be more quiet. You can still get really good FPS. This is the one I've been using for the most of the time, that's why it's basically set up like this. And I'm sitting around 2.23 or 2.25 joules, which is, as much as I want to push it. So that's very, very good. After these, I did have another SRS A1, so this is not mine. I used to have this one. It used to be another SRS A1 that I had. However, I sold that to a friend of mine, and he's been using it ever since. He's been happy with it. It's also very quiet. It's a bit more quiet than the other pistons. However, it comes with a price, because having the right spring for the right FPS, is quite a difference. That means if I'm using the spring with this one, it will get me 2.25 joules. If I want to use with that one, I get 1.9 joules maybe. So that's a lot less FPS. And you're going to miss out to that, so you need to have different springs. We need to adjust the waist or a different piston head. So there's a lot of things that you can tweak about it. So this is how much how I like the setup the most. All right, so what else do we have here? So we have the cylinders, we have the more little weights. We also have the head of the Stalker piston, and then we have different piston guides here. We have 2 different springs, and then we have the two little bottles of silicone oil. These are both so this one is for hot weather. It's Physicostat 50. I'm not sure if I butchered that. It's almost empty because I used it in hot weather, and that's when I screw the most. And then this one is for cold weather, and it's, you know, very thick, and yeah, you can just basically smear it all over your over the piston head, or over the what else do you use it for, on the cylinder, on the outside of the cylinder. That works just fine, and yeah, it will give constant results. So next to that we have two different springs. This is the spring that I got with it when I bought the SRS. I still have that one, and it's a M100 something spring. Works fine, gives me about 2 joules with the standard piston. However, this one looks a bit weird, but it's the Rapax 2 joule light pull spring. It's easier to pull, that's why it's called light pull, because the spring is a little bit longer, so it takes a little bit less effort to actually pull the spring because it's different material. And inside there is the can mod, whatever you want to call it. You get like a can like this. No, it's not sponsored. Drink it up, and then got a little rectangle, and then wrap it around the piston, or the spring guide, and it will get rid of the boring sound whenever you're shooting, because it will go inside there, and when it shoots out, it just won't make the sound. So I also got little rings from Power, which is you know, giving me a bit extra FPS, which is fine. So in the rest of this video, there will be a you know, me shooting it outside, showing how quiet it is from like, I think it's 5 meters, 7.5 meters, or 15 meters, which is 15 feet, 20 feet, and 50 feet, something like that, or 25 feet and 50 feet. I don't know the measurements out of my head. I have this little sound level decibel meter. I put that outside when I shoot it. However, I did do the sound test already. I was shooting towards the sound meter, which kind of budget the results, but you can still hear very clear which piston is silent and which one is not. I do have a little weight thing here. So let's get rid of these, put them down here. All right, so let's do the, so I know these are 8 grams. Yes, and then this one is going to be 3 times as heavy at 24 grams. There you go. And they're all going to be the same. Red one is the same color as the, or sorry, it's the same weight as the other color one. Then we have the light ones. These are both the same. So 12, and this one is going to be 12 grams as well. And then there's a difference here. This one is the medium, coming in at 38 grams. And then the heavy one, I think it's a double, or 70. Yeah, 70 grams. So it's a lot heavier. Then we have the little weights. This one is going to be a little bit lighter than the others. So this is going to be 7. And the metal one is coming in at, I think it was 21 grams. So it's about 3 times as much. And that's how I like the ratio as well. Let's actually measure the pistons themselves. 53, it's the lightest by far, and then these are going to be quite close to each other. 73 grams with 2 little spacers. You can do your calculations, you can minus that, -8 and then -24 to measure how light it is without any underbody. Then we have the larger one, it's coming at 65. Then we have this one, the other wasp should be 74 as well, 72. This one should be in the middle, maybe 73. 74 in this case, so they're all about 74, 73. And then the face last is, sorry, the mouse part is a bit heavier. That's because it has the back for the TAC 41, which I used it before. However, it didn't really work out properly. So if you want to remove that, check that out. That's going to be 75 grams, 74. You can make it about the same, but for now it doesn't really matter. This is just for showing the little pistons that we had. All right, so let's try to get in the video, see how how I can show the best about the difference between the little pistons. So yeah, see you in a bit. Yeah, one more thing before I actually start the video. I'm actually going to show you something, or give you a good tip that will make your experience with the SRS a lot easier. It goes for the A1 or the A2. So because it's an old open bolt system, it's a little bit difficult, or a little bit different to reload. What I mean by that is, never hold it anywhere close to this little part right here. Reason why is, if you want to reload like this, what is going to happen, because yeah, it's an open bolt, this is the old cylinder that I have. As you can see by all the wear, it will tend to rotate a little bit like this. Obviously I'm exaggerating, or exaggerating, whatever you want to call it. but it will go in, against the wall of the inside of the SRS, so it will rotate. That means it will get stuck at some point, or at least it will be very difficult. So I'm going to try to hold it as much as I can to the outside. Okay, now it's stuck, like I'm actually pulling up. Okay. That's difficult. That actually takes a lot of force. If you want to play the entire day, you'll get big biceps, but that's not something you want to do. Instead, you're going to get this, like you're going to do in this video, a little thumbs up. You're going to get your thumb around, and then what you can do is, it's so easy. That's how you can shoot very easy. It makes it just so much easier, and I think if I do it correctly, you can do it with your little pinky finger. So that's how easy it is. If I want to do this, I think I can go to, yeah, I can't even get it farther than this. It's that easy. So that's the tip I'm going to give to you. All right, so after doing all the results, I'm actually surprised by the results. I thought it would differ way more than they actually do. What I mean by that is between 0 or after 15 meters, which is like 50 feet, it doesn't really matter which piston you have. They'll all be quiet because that's just how the sniper is, or the SRS is rather. However, when there's somebody close between 0 5 meters, 0 50 feet, or 0 to 7.5 meters, 20 feet, then there will definitely be a difference. Um, what I mean by that is these trees are definitely very, very silent when it comes to that. These are more, they make more sound, but that's just because this one has the different piston head, which makes more sound, but you get higher FPS with it. So if I was gonna go, I don't know, to like a milsim somewhere, and I want, I don't know, instead of 500 FPS at 0.20 grams BBs, which is 2.3 joules, I want, I don't know, 3 joules or even more than that, then I would use that one just so I can get easy high FPS and I don't have to change one of the heavy springs, and it will be just agony all day. Um, I've used this one when I started with the SRS. I've had really good consistent results with this. Never had issues. Only thing that I do miss now is the O-rings, because this one has been absolutely battered, and if I put O-rings on them, it will just get very low FPS. So next to that, I've used this one only for one skirm. Been quite happy with it. It's in a different SRS that I still own. Um, However, that's going to a mate of mine. It's a great SRS. It's very quiet. It's more quiet than the sniper mechanics or the Wasp. However, you can get higher FPS easier with this one. So if I'm using the Rapax light pull, the 2 joule spring, I would get up to I think it's 2.25 joules with 2 little rings, which is great. However, if I want to use this one, I would get 1.8 or 1.9 joules, so that's definitely lower. I could actually higher it with different little rings, or put some different grease in there, or different um, piston brake. However, I'm just sacrificing too much for that. So it's great. They're all just great pistons. Really happy with the results. I'm actually curious what you guys think. If you do have questions, anything related to SRSs, SRS A1, SRS A2, just let me know. I have a ton of knowledge. I have a ton of spare parts even. I used to play I'm still playing all over the Netherlands, and I want to help as many people out as I can. Yeah, as I said, like, comment, subscribe, do what you want to do. If you don't like the video, that's fine with me. Just give me feedback about what I can improve. So for now, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.